Alright. So, I mentioned this will be a slightly shorter thingy for many reasons. But yeah, what happened last time? Yes, you checked out the. Sorry, my brain will be really slow working today. Yeah, you checked the medical quarters as you started investigating the more interesting places within the abandoned crossing. And after spelunking about and opening a certain door, and I fucking seen that note in the calendar somehow. Basically, logged into the game, I see this and I chuckle loudly to myself. But yeah, yes. After checking that,
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, dealing with some of the undead. You have secured the area for the most present future, for the most pressingly, most immediate future. Uh, Basically closing the entrances leading down below. Leading down the below. And also check the area for any potential loot and information, and let's deal with this right now. So, as for the loot, your ownership, observer, you should be able to see the page. Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nice.
What the fuck? Why is it? Huh. Interesting. Looks like they changed it. Yeah, because previously you had to click on a different page on the menu to show you the only that page, and now I can just scroll through the entire thing.
I enjoy this very much. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I think it's an even better quality of life change.
Nice.
Okay, the caravan and butcher were done before, and now you can look over the medical quarters.
Anyone good at making potions? Looks at the gang.
Smiles.
And looks at you. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, that's fair. We'll ask Dagger when he's more waves hand in front of his face. No response.
Aware of his surroundings.
Yes. We'll ask him then.
He's just been stuck in a daze this whole time.
Yeah. I think,
Just-
Days.
I think he maybe got a bigger hit than normal during the fight or something.
Either that or he saw a robot lady.
Fucking Windows 98.
Dial-up noise.
Oh yeah, right. The the only thing you hear from Dagger is that old dial-up internet noise.
Yeah, the fucking fax machine. And then fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody want these things? Does anybody
Opens-
need a potion of healing?
Opens armpit.
Opens my own bag of holding. Looks at you.
Closes armpit.
Thank you.
I like the image of just Gerard just rolling his eyes, sighting, just lifting the armpits, just get it over with, man.
Just put the things in the bag.
I hate it.
Look, you're all gonna thank me when we get arrested and they don't realize that that's there and I
Why
have
would
weapons
we
for
get
all of them.
arrested?
Or captured or kidnapped.
Why would that ever happen?
I'd rather die.
Same.
Why don't you just fight until you die? I don't see what the problem is.
Sometimes they don't want to kill us. Sometimes
Just
they
die.
drag us.
I've
No.
never met someone who's like that. I don't believe they exist.
Smacks you. You've been at a war. They take prisoners of war.
No, they didn't.
You're just Gerard is now just.
She hasn't been in a war. She has
thought
not
you
been
were.
in any war. No. She's been a mercenary her whole life.
God Almighty! I hope we get captured just to prove to you it happens now.
Also, Shadow, because you'll probably ask me this when I go to sell them. Would the clothes have any cost attached to them? If they don't, that's
Yeah.
fine. I just want to know.
Yeah,
just to
the
make
nobles one, they don't. I mean, you can tell they are nobles, but because of their state, it's like, ugh,
Sure. Yeah.
like not
Give them
really.
to the kids.
As for the military uniforms, I'm not giving a price now because it really depends if you can find a buyer. Because in some circles, this could be considered a hot stuff. Not wait, what's the right English word? Like when you are carrying something that if police gets you with it, you are gonna end up in jail.
Contraband.
Yeah.
Like contraband.
Not there. I know there's a different way to call it. Like I'm packing a hit is for the weapon. It's like fucking hell. I have it in the back of my mind. I know it exists. I just can't remember what is it exactly. That when you're when you have something illegal and you are trying to sell it, it's the specific name for that. Like this is like a heat item, not like a hot.
No, it's a hot item, but
It's a
it
hot
might
item.
also be referred to as contraband. I don't
Contraband
know.
is the technical dictionary term for selling illegal goods.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I don't know why in my head contraband was like usually associated not with like selling but like transporting.
It's both. So
No wait,
if
for
someone
transporting is smuggling.
yeah.
I'm fucking dumb. Oh my god.
Smuggling is what you're thinking of, but contraband is the item itself. The illegal item is contraband. Something that is banned from being sold or bought.
Okay. Yeah, my brain today is
You're
fucking
fine.
It's all good.
dumb. But yes, like regularly it would be like just a chump change, like nothing that would probably be worth a gold coin. But depending if you find like a specific buyer that could find interesting use for this.
Mm-hmm. Someone who's like, oh yes, I could impersonate a soldier or a medic with this uniform. Like sell it to someone who's breaking in somewhere. Probably like black market.
I mean, looks at you. I am the rogue. Puts arms on hips. Looks in the air heroically.
What does that even mean?
I'm the best at sneaking around and getting into places I shouldn't be.
Yeah, but we're selling these to people like you, but who don't work with us.
Price.
What is a
Does that make
rogue?
sense?
Yeah, like
Yeah, fine.
A rogue is essentially someone who's very good at doing things that are illegal.
I'm just like thinking about like, well, I mean, I could do that too. I used to be a market salesman on the road.
Mhm.
I digress.
Oh yeah, I
Life
just want
on
to
the
ask.
road.
I just want to ask a clarifying question above board. Are we level 9? Correct? Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
that is correct.
Holy shit.
Sorry.
Wait,
That's
yes, we are.
the
No,
that's
okay.
the me missing sessions and making sure that I'm
Wait,
completely
which
caught up.
reminds me that have I adjusted my notes? Don't know where the fuck.
Oh no, I've triggered a situation.
We have milestones achieved.
No, fucking hell. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't really that hard. I'm just gonna give like a point for this. So yeah, still level 9. Just
I was joking.
Yeah, still.
I think we
Technically,
would get
I
more
am not- I'm-
XP from us overcoming the disease that has riddled our systems.
Technically, you don't know that you have it. You all
Yet.
failed. Apart from and good thing I double checked because I assumed that was the case, but I checked Dagger's character sheet and it's like, yeah, immune to disease, so yeah, they are fine.
Thank God he's a paladin. He can fucking save us. When we figure
but
out what
also
the fuck it is.
Actually, yeah, it did say that. But to be fair, I thought Warforged just get immunity to disease because of Warforged.
Yeah, they do. I mean, he's a paladin by the sense of paladins can cure disease. So him,
Yeah.
one, not being affected by the disease, and two, being able to like safely administer the cure when we discover that there is a disease in our system.
Speaking of, how do we roll to discover disease?
We don't. We have to wait.
Till it's apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now you do not feel any different.
We don't even have a bad cough yet.
Because remember, your characters do not see rolls in chat. You as a player know
course
that you
not.
are sick.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Oh, we're not gonna break that meta.
That's why I always feel kind of like seeing people's death saving throws is cheating, because you wouldn't know how long they have on the ground, but then I feel bad if I hide them, so I don't know.
I mean, it's like a gameplay and story segregation. It's like,
Yeah, it's like that kind of thing where it's like, in real life you wouldn't know how long they have on the ground, but in the game mechanics you are allowed to know. So it's kind of like,
It just depends on how laid back or how serious your group is.
Yeah, most of my groups aren't serious enough for me to consider making them hidden yet.
Yeah, true.
okay, loot cost one thing, but now let me give you their handouts. Figure ownership, observer,
Something's happening.
top players.
No.
Okay, you shouldn't be able.
Ghost Rider, Tim.
Again, it showed all the pages.
Yeah.
I guess it's like updating. Question: it will be without context. Do you see burning tree handout?
No.
You shouldn't.
No.
Okay, so that works. Okay, good.
Hold on, I didn't even look.
Yeah, because right now
The
only
burning-
I don't see it in mine. So.
players should only see the dream, the rider, and abandoned crossing medical notes.
Yeah.
Oh, and this, yeah. Meant as an entire journal note or something.
Their mine is from a nearby mine. There's a mine nearby, apparently.
Guys, we should go to the mine. Then we can sing
Why?
Diggy Diggy Hole.
Shut
Oh.
the fuck up. You kids and your teenage freaking songs of the here from the fucking bard. Get out of here.
After being ridiculed, I immediately break out into Diggy Diggy Hole under my breath.
I'm telling you to go stand somewhere. Just sing that, get over there. Get over there. I don't want to hear that shit. It's gonna be stuck in my head for like 2 weeks.
I am a
Get outta here.
dwarf and I'm digging
Shut the fuck
a
up!
hole.
Diggy hole.
I know what you're talking about, so I'm not gonna know.
Like
So it's
IRL?
this-
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song.
No,
TLDR.
I'm gonna play a song in the background, so I make sure not to get the one that you're talking about.
Okay. That's probably the right move to make.
Joke's on you. This is
I mean, to be fair, I know the Yoxcast version, which was the original, to be honest.
Yeah, but the dwarf metal version is pretty good too.
Yeah, it is good.
So what do we do now? Looks at
But yes,
Brood.
as stated in the handout itself, essentially this is like condensed version, so you can imagine that over a course of like, I would say, like solid half an hour. You found like scraps, bits, pieces of like paperwork, some leftover journal notes, diaries that basically give you these amounts of clues of maybe what went down. And the picture it forms, it's probably not the best. But you can also like clearly see that this is only like a glimpse of the situation, like that focused on this specific quarter. There are some details lacking. And to be fair, I believe I did mention that there's also the commander's quarters in the crossing that you could check, or you can just basically fuck off and continue to Port of Goldenleaf.
Looks at Thrud. Want to race? Port of Goldenleaf? Go. Flap swings.
It's too late in the morning.
You said we could go search in the commander's quarters if we wanted to?
Yes, from the way that you've seen that if there's anything potentially of use or interesting, or if there's any new information, that place is like the only remaining interesting point of interest.
I'd go look at it. Just in case. Are there any other notes and stuff there then? Or did I misinterpret?
No, you can, but basically command's quarters is a different map, different section
I
of the
see.
crossing.
Follows along.
But I do not hear any objections.
I don't object.
Give me just a second. I need to
I sit in my seat.
the tokens. Actually, I'm not. Again, I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the vision, then you have to like edit the tokens and probably also like change the prototype
see.
token stuff.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
see if
I
can
saw the
change
handout.
it.
This is a pretty big place. Are these tarps?
Tarp stands, yes.
Okay.
And actually, obviously, it looks like pretty reinforced and like sturdy looking, but actually, no. Hold on, this is the middle of the day, so let me just activate the global illumination.
Did we get a rest?
No.
No.
We rest during the day.
I mean,
Looked
essentially,
through.
like you finished the encounter at the medical quarters. You found the loot, the notes. I mean, if you, I just didn't see it. So
I'm fine with a short rest if we
did you
want.
take?
Because
Yeah, if you wanted
don't
to
need
take a
the-
short rest between previous encounter and this one, that's possible.
I don't need a full rest, I just need the short.
Sure. I don't know if I get a short rest or anything. Short rest.
I mean, it fixes a few things for me, so better than nothing.
Is it though? No, that's good.
All right. So last time, canonically, there's a rope tied around me. I'm only able to go 15 feet from Thrud.
Points over at the what looks like viscera off in the distance. I'm assuming.
Yeah, essentially, as you're like stepping into this area, which to basically give you like a brief idea of what you are seeing, apart from what we are seeing as players on the map. This was like freshly expanded, and freshly, but I mean in the like recent weeks and months. Military camp. There are like plenty of new camps, tents, tarps, and whatnot being placed. Some of them are not moved, some of them are untouched, some of them have visible marks of like being damaged, some leftover dried up blood or some other liquid. One section of it that you can see in the corner of the map, it's like burned down. Seemingly there was like a fire of some kind that destroyed this section. And yeah, even from a distance you can see the large swarm of mosquitoes, not mosquitoes, but like flies, just buzzing around the what used to be animal husbandry, you know, like horses, sheep, cow, and whatnot. But what you can only barely see from a distance and starting to smell as you'll be getting, if you'll be getting closer, it's barely recognizable, mutilated, ravaged corpses of said animals in this, for mundane mortals, absolutely horrifying, sickening visage of gore and viscera. For you, it might as well, like, if you want to play it, that for you it's another Tuesday, that's fine. I'm not calling for any fear rolls, but yeah, you can basically see that some fucked up shit happened, and yeah, basically you imagine that if there was like a commander here, they would have like the biggest tent. The biggest tent would be this one.
I'm gonna just try and be sneaky. Because I don't wanna alert anything.
Hanane's
sneaking.
freaking out.
We all decently sneaky today.
Yeah. For now, apart
Druid
from,
will,
go ahead, sorry.
Druid will like speak back to Hanami and say, "We'll be right back. We won't be very long. You can stay here if you'd like."
And just Trude's balloon at this point.
Beatrix will stay with you for comfort.
Sits on ground.
Can I like peek inside this door quietly?
Right. Yeah, it's not locked, and essentially it's like a... Yeah, give me a second, I like consider one thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on, they have this.
They.
Dislike.
The they.
Onto me.
Alright. Okay, as you peek through the like half door, half like that what the tents usually have, like the small curtain, you see the insides of what looks to be pretty well furbished, nicely looking command tent with plenty of chairs, long table with some spilled documents, a map of the region. There are some signs, maybe not of combat, but of dried up blood, dust, and whatnot. But what immediately piques your attention, and also if you like did short rest, if you want to spend any hit die to regain hit points, that's possible. But at the top of the table, you see head lying on the desk. You see an unmoving humanoid figure clad in what seems to be a military uniform. They are not moving, and this is the only thing. Actually, hold on. Your passive perception is like 20. Gerard's probably also not that bad. Okay, but even still, even with that passive perception from this position, you are reasonably certain they are dead.
Okay.
You're trying to gauge, like, is their like body moving at all, like breathing? It is not.
All right, I'm gonna let the tent flap like fall back, and I'm going to very quietly speak to Gerard, and I'm gonna say, "We're just gonna go in there. We're gonna get the documents, and then we're gonna leave. Do not touch the body." Okay.
Puts hands in pocket.
Thank you. And then we're gonna quietly sneaky on in here. I'm gonna grab any documents I see and quietly shove them in my bag of holding. I will read them later. I just want to make sure that I got them all.
Alright. Okay. And you would probably also be like here, fruit.
I don't want to be there because then Gerard's gonna be able to touch the body.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
Because of the leash. But
So
you know
I'm gonna
what?
go back instead.
You know what?
No.
No.
Get fucked.
You were like here, right?
I was right here. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I was able to
like,
be the most here.
Yeah, I was like thinking, and yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, because it was like
Reducing
10
the
feet or
least
15 feet, yeah.
50.
All right, as you step in, and you are very sneaky, very quiet, and you are sure you are not making any unusual noises, and for many foes you have met recently, that would be definitely more than enough. However, this one is slightly different. Just before we begin, as a small note, as you got closer, without any additional roll, you would notice that lying right next to the body. So basically, imagine that basically the head, the upper torso is like slumped on the table itself as the body is sitting. And as you got closer, you can see that on one side of the head, and there's like bullet hole. Okay, I'm trying to get with 2 minutes. Essentially, as you're getting closer, you can see that most likely, unless you want to commit like greater autopsy, this seems to look like a suicide. And you notice that there is a firearm, very like antique looking. It can still like it's like can fire and like bullets, but it's like in actual combat it would be pretty useless. It was mostly like an ornate piece. And yeah, it seems like whatever happened this one decided to take the, well, some would say easy way out, some would say honorable way out. If he was the commander and things went pear-shaped, but well. However, as you start gathering documents, I can reveal the role.
What's happening?
Perception check 27. Well, thank God I'm farther away from this.
Just a moment, I'm putting in combat state. And of course I fucking forgot to put one more token. Oh fuck it, we're gonna do it live.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so now you know what I was foreshadowing in the chat a few weeks back. And as suddenly the figure that wasn't there manifests into corporeality, into the corporeal form, imposing martial figure that just from looking at it alone you can tell it has great strength. It already steps into the field wielding a greatsword with one hand.
Oh.
Rude.
And so regarding papers, it simply shouts, and its voice, it still has this hint sign of a military commander, of an officer. It has the same authority, but it doesn't sound nearly humanoid enough, and it has this like weird twist to it, the hatred of a soul that was tormented into this. Thieves! Saboteurs! To arms, my soldiers! To arms! And you can roll initiative. Those of you that didn't already. Oh, I forgot. No, wait, I don't think he gets advantage. No, he just gets a good roll. Right. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna say that no check is needed. The shout is large. Large? Fucking hell. Yeah, the shout is large, of course. The shout is loud enough that Beatrix and Hanami can hear it without issue.
Are there any more documents on the table?
You know what? There might be like one or two more.
Action grabbing them, throwing them in bag of holding. Yep, time to go. Goodbye. I need to go here. And then I'm gonna.
What happens to me?
Dash. Fucking good luck, idiot. I drop the freaking rope instantly and just grab the papers, throw them in my bag, and run.
If we leave the map, does that count as just leaving combat? I'm earnestly asking at this point because I'd see through coming and running. I'd be like, "Oh, are we leaving?"
You see me with like my like shovel, like knife hands, just like freaking sprinting, full speed.
Uses half movement to
We'll
stand
see.
up.
You do what you do.
I guess I'll just fly away. Flies away 125 feet off the map into the sky. just gonna put that as my height. I'll catch you later. I'll see you around.
Wow.
Awkward that you rolled last on initiative though, Catherine. That's good.
He's disengaged. He'll be fine.
I have a few key things that can just straight up protect me. I
Yeah.
will
Just-
survive.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay,
He'll
I
be
just see
alright.
what looks like you're prone? Question mark.
No,
No, he's
it's
not prone. It just won't go away for some reason.
Oh wait, click on your character sheet. It should be in effects, and you could remove it.
I already did.
Oh.
Yep. Don't know why.
Yeah, it's a issue. But yes, as fruit just fucking bolts out of the tent, the Revenant Captain turns its vengeful glare at Gerard. It's actually gonna use its like move action to like get here, and it's gonna use the feature called vengeful glare.
Oh great. I already thought I was thinking hold person or something.
Did you say wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're a monk.
All right.
And that was his action too. Oh.
Yeah. Let me.
Help! It's just all you're hearing, like just quietly through the flaps of the tent.
Only one of
Beatrix
us
is
could
just
hear
gonna
it.
follow Hanami. I'm gonna have Beatrix go off the map. Off they go. Dash action. Running.
Oh, flying.
Yeah, flying. Running in the air.
Aha.
Oh, also, yeah, because I forgot at the end of Patrick's turn, legendary action from the Revenant Captain.
Oh, Gerard. Oh.
So what happened? Did I
Yeah,
just miss something?
he's just gonna
Legendary action.
like step up, like starting almost like a circle around, like hefting this big greatsword in one hand. Now being that up close, you can see that it has greatsword in one hand and essentially like a hand crossbow in the other.
No.
There's any light in that room, it's shining out the silhouette onto
Let me know when his legendary action has went through, unless it was just move.
Yeah, that was just the whole thing, just like
Key point disengage, bonus action, or no, action dash. Action dash, and I'm just getting out of there with all 80 points of my movement. It's 40. Oh my god, give me this. 40. Right.
I'm working on it.
Funny thing is, this is not a bonus encounter. Like, CR wise, it's not that much higher than yours.
Well, the issue is that we're all separated.
CR wise doesn't matter when I feel very real.
Yeah,
terror.
hold on. Yeah, he still have like a second. Actually, no, wait, you can't use the same thing. Never mind. But yeah, just before your action, basically top of the round thing goes off. As you hear the commander shouting, "To me, soldiers! To me! Alarm!"
No, that's like the worst one too. That one can just phase through walls.
But yeah. Yes,
It's slow, it's
essentially,
fine.
yeah, because obviously you can like you're pretty quick when you want to be. And you are pretty keen on disengaging from this combat. However, remember what I said, that well, this section of the map is just like a part of the crossing. The fort itself is pretty large. So I think because you did steal from the commander, and this is a revenant, that's if to see. Sorry, bear with me because my brain is like working at 10% capacity. What we're gonna do this? How we're gonna do this is through for a skill challenge to see if. Okay, essentially, in other words, if you like run the fuck away from this place, but Revenant is still aggroed on you, what would be your goal? Would you try to hide somewhere within the crossing, or would you just pack up and get the fuck out of here and try to go towards the port of Golden Leaf?
My money is on getting the fuck out of Dodge. We're sprinting.
We sprinty sprint.
Because we got the kids' points at Hive Children. I'm gonna just pick them up with my hands.
Yeah,
And put
I'm
some
gonna
daggers.
say for the purpose of this encounter, they're like staying behind Dagger and Crush were providing overwatch for them.
That's good. But yeah, I would just pick them up and we would start running.
When you have two monks that can just dash like 40 feet at a time, it's a little hard.
We can dash a total of 180.
Yeah.
And when we feel fear, we run. We run fast.
It's like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo style run.
It's like the reason why she's been alive this whole time is that she can outrun anything that tries to kill her. She just sprints. Like an old-timey human just outrunning everything based on stamina alone.
We're alive because we could run.
Alright, so let's see how successful you will be at outrunning this particular threat. I will need let's see, we're gonna do this in a skill challenge way. Well, kinda. I essentially will need 3 successes, and it can be on a skill or ability check, and essentially it has to be something that you use or assists you in getting the fuck away, as the Revenant commander is acting as a conduit of undead twisted energy that's formed in this place, is calling the alarm and calling for more undead servants that are starting to pop up at the crossing and answering his beckoning. And I'm gonna say in this particular case it will be more plot-wise, not that if you can escape, because with your speed and abilities, if you do not want this fight, you can just like run away. But to see if you can actually shake the trail, if you can somehow do it in a way that can disable or not dispel. Brain, please. Fucking hell. Sorry, my mind completely blanked. What the fuck I wanted to say? Yeah. You are not saying if you can escape, because you can. What you are rolling for is to see if you can successfully avoid being pursued later. Like if you can like lose it, so that the the Revenant Captain and his undead forces will not just. Oh, guess we are marching to war, my friends.
Warband time, and then like rolls up to point only with the whole fucking group of undead. Okay.
Okay, so we're rolling for pursuit. Everybody, you better break out them stealth.
Not pursuit, but like essentially, this will be like one person. Essentially, this is like a group check, but not everyone rolls. Or rather, sorry, not group check. It's a fucking skill challenge. And essentially, we are looking for 3 successes. Before you roll, tell me, yeah, essentially what you are using or what you are doing to like assist in like escaping this menace and shaking off the pursuit. And I'm gonna give you a DC.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
Master of stealth that Gerard actually is will go out of his way to cover all tracks that we will definitely be leaving behind in our rush to exit, because if they have anything they can track us by, we're pooped on.
Just one.
Alright, so the DC for that, considering the threat of the enemy. Actually, no, I'm stupid. I have the DC in mind, considering the Vengeful Glare. Yeah, the DC. Yeah, let's not overcomplicate it. The DCs for like the skill ability checks will be 16, basically against the base DC of facing this enemy.
Okay.
So yeah, DC 16 stealth. Right, that's one success. You are not sure because you didn't like spend much time like investigating this creature, so you are not sure if it has any supernatural means of tracking or anything of the sorts, but you are pretty damn sure that as far as mundane senses go, you are pretty good, considering the limited amount of time, and you are doing this rushed and on the fly. So considering that, Gerard is still able to pull off an amazing work when it comes to covering your tracks. Alright, that's 1 success, 2 more remain. Who wants to go next?
I have something in mind. So as someone who was a mercenary and at one point was probably in bands of mercenaries, I would generally know what kind of routes would be difficult for soldiers to take, because not all of his soldiers are like wraiths. Some of them are like knights and stuff like that. So they
Yeah,
would have,
probably
like,
you would be seeing that on the like in the distance around the corners when he's like calling for more soldiers. You'll be seeing the same ashen, not the same fuckers that you have seen like during those like burning fields.
So she'd be like, okay, well, some of them have physical forms. So she's gonna try and use like her own knowledge of that, like how difficult it would be for an army to pass through certain areas, to try and like look out for areas that they could move through, like a path that would be difficult to be followed in. I'd like to use perception or survival.
A moment, let me think about that. Trying to find spots like this. Perception in this case. All right. But yes, while some of the foes that the Revenant Commander summons are incorporeal, most of them have physical forms, and you are able to lead the party. Considering the crossing, it is a large structure, very big, but there are plenty of areas where it's pretty damn cramped. But you are used to maybe not fighting, but living in urban areas and traversing through them, so you are able to assist your party in going through those narrow crevices, hallways, corridors, back alleyways, and whatnot. And yeah, make sure you slow down your pursuers, and even if one of them gets close, that way, the way you are moving means that you are never outnumbered, because even if an enemy catches up to you, which it's hard to do, but just hypothetically speaking, they are just like, 1 or 2 against all of you, and you can make short work of them. Right.
Moving in plate armor sucks.
1 more remaining.
Monk supremacy.
Can I do a nature check on the plants that we just got to see if any of them will work as stimulants?
You are very quiet, Hanami.
Yeah, I got a name, but just hold on. Yeah, can I use nature on the plants that we just got to see if any of them will work as a stimulant so we can just run longer? Otherwise, I got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like if maybe medicine, but nature.
Like again,
Nature.
I got nothing on that one.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's still counts as a success. I'm gonna say that yeah, Hanami is able to figure out that hey, some of them can act basically like a stamina boost. I'm just gonna say because this is again done on the fly, so it's not really processed. It is edible. So essentially with that successful check, all of you just like grab a bite and like chew down on this like extremely intense in taste herb that basically this gives you like this big boost of like rush of energy and just like keep on running. Those of you that do run instead of flying. Then again, it's a thing like I would think that maybe some of you would not fly for either too long or too high because of the dragons. Well, these rumors of them. But that's still up to you. However, the taste is, after the initial rush goes through, the taste is god fucking awful.
As soon as we get like out of dodge, or at least close enough where, like far enough that we're not an immediate threat, I'm like chugging my entire water skin and then also taking out the bottle of wine I have in my pocket, holding it.
I'm gonna say that with that successful check, you are able to, with the 5 kits in tow and with your bags, equipment, and whatnot,
You need a cart.
you are able to. I don't remember. I could have sworn that you considered buying a cart, and I'm not sure if
We
you
just didn't.
This is the exact kind of thing where a cart would be bad.
No, because the horses would be attached and we could just,
They're not that fast. You do know that, right? A cart can't go that fast. It slows down the horse.
But the kids can't go that fast and you can't hold them forever.
I can hold them for fast enough.
But yeah,
A cart
And
going 20 feet would not be very good.
I'm gonna
No.
say at the end of this like energy rush. At the end of this energy rush, after you like cleared from the area, and you are pretty damn sure that this brave officer, this commanding presence of the undead doesn't pursue you and doesn't seem to have an idea where you are. The adrenaline slowly wears off, and I'm gonna need from all of you, rather those that use the herb, which again, I think it means all of you, Constitution saving throw. Right? The old grandma is absolutely fine.
I've eaten worse. Oh my god.
Nice. Yeah, Gerard is
Flex his muscles.
yeah, after surviving plenty of bad shit and probably primarily remembering that weird muggy water in during those that visit to that random town that had this like weird water cultist. Not sure if you remember.
Yeah.
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 You suffered. Gerard suffered a lot back there.
He's only alive.
But yes.
Barely.
But now you managed to power through, or rather, like from this like energy rush, and you do not gain a level of exhaustion.
I think he wants the rest of us to roll a con save.
No, it's just those who had to run. The other two fly.
I fly.
For how
You
long?
fly, like, physically.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do fly physically.
They have brooms.
Yeah, plus it's like I imagine that basically this allowed you to push your body like above the limit.
No longer using key points, you just fucking sprint.
This is when this has been through, and I finally get that race I proposed earlier.
It's a tie.
Yeah, pretty much. Our movement speed is like exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your con save?
Right there. Above yours. So
No.
27.
You mean no?
What do you mean
Oh.
no?
I think my page was still loading back
The
in
fuck you mean
when you rolled
it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Basically the oldest of the kids of the hive kids, the uncle little one. What happened? I did see and hear some like nasty bad things appearing, but are we safe now?
Looks around. See any baddies? Do I see anything?
I'm just gonna roll with babysitting trading and just being like, there was some evil things. We escapade. Sprinty.
You know what? If you like, after you like did the sprinting, you like take a moment to rest, like find like a vista, like a observation point.
Siesta, yeah.
Not a siesta, vista, like a observation point. You can roll me a perception check.
I thought we were napping.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, thankfully you didn't get.
What do your elven eyes see?
You didn't get exhaustion levels. Alright.
Ah, I see. I think. I don't know.
That 9 is just me getting dust in my eye, and I'm just like, I can't see now.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, that's another. Oh no.
Okay. So,
Bad. Oh, not
there's
good.
good news and potentially concerning news. Good news. There are no foes in your immediate vicinity. Let me put you back into the Silent Lands map.
Is the other joke good news that we're fighting a dragon for the first time? No, I'm just kidding.
Dragon time!
Hey.
Yes, in your immediate vicinity. At first, you are able to spot in a distance, like easily over 500, like 1,000 feet away, like more in the like wild, deserty like area. Actually, not desert, like mostly like essentially by this point in time in this hex, it's like less of a desert and more of a like farmlands, like savanna stuff, like in terms of like weather and environment.
Mhm.
But still, maybe because stuff is wacky fucky, you see that there's a pack of scorpions hunting and actually just like catch it, as they are like able to basically square with other prey in the wilds, as they like relentlessly hunted down some sort of like a group of animals that would not be an issue for you, just mundane regular kind. But then your heart just freezes for just one moment, and you instinctively all hunker down as you watch towards the skies, but not too high, because skies are weird. Skies might have eyes, and you never know what might be watching from above, what sort of horrors might wait there. But in this, I do not want to say clear, because the volcanoes are still a thing. There's like rains of ash, which recently they lessened, but this is still a concern. But thanks to your amazing perception, Fruit is the first one to notice a reptilian flying figure that doesn't go over the fort. It passes in general vicinity from the like opposite direction, which general vicinity for a dragon is like anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 feet away. And mostly because of the way the sky works, you are able to pick up, and Hanami is also able to pick up this as well when Fruit points out this imposing flying figures. The color of the scales is blue, as you're able to see a pair of blue dragons that are making a pass in vicinity of the crossings, and then turn and disappear further inland. If you want to take a guess how old they were, the DC will be pretty high because of the distance, but you can attempt it, which would be like fucking hell, I'm not sure. The Arcana, as they are magical creatures. Oh well, Insight could work as well, I guess. Like on one hand, I like that the D&D does with like limited skill tree, but sometimes skill checks are like this one rare moment when I miss Pathfinder where I know exactly which knowledge check is for which creature type.
Yeah.
I have a
Indeed,
question.
indeed. It's like a vague idea.
Is there more session to come?
I don't.
What do you mean by that?
I
What do you mean by that?
don't
Like,
understand the
right-
question.
Like now, like, is there more happening, or are we nearing the end before I do something stupid?
Don't. You are passed out. You're not allowed to do shit, okay?
Fine, fine.
I mean,
Never mind.
to be honest, like what I planned is that hopefully we can get to port. I can give you like basically basic information of what's going down in the city, and that's where we call it. Hopefully within the next 20 minutes.
Okay, then I will roll insight again using lucky. Is that high enough? Can I see? Can I
Okay.
determine the age of the dragon?
Yeah, basically when you hear the description, yeah, because sadly the hearing the descriptions, only Gerard gets like an idea of their exact age category. Obviously not age itself, but age category. And you know that this is a pair of young blue dragons.
Never mind. We can kill them.
Oh,
If the whole party is here, we can
Which,
kill
with
them.
that insight is I'm gonna give you this information. I made them as a single young blue dragon is a CR9.
yep.
So two of them is a level 18 encounter.
Oh, that's not. That's not
I
how it
know.
works.
I made a blatantly horrible statement on purpose to trigger people.
Yeah. That I'm probably having along the way looking over the documents and taking a rest because it will take another day traveling between the hexes before you reach Port of Golden Leaf. You do not stumble upon any further random encounters for now. I'm just gonna put the day. Yeah, I would imagine that
take
probably
a
along the
ration.
way you took a long rest, so you can like do a long rest and use one ration.
Yay, we slept. I have health again.
Why didn't you just use your hit dice? Just curious.
I don't understand the statement.
After you
We took a short rest earlier. Whatever. It's fine.
Yes, after you do your long rests and use rations. Actually, two things. One, does any one of you tries to give rations to the hive kids?
I would ask Gerard for them because he has extra ration.
I give
And
you
then I
a
would
ration.
And I would ask the kids if they'd like food.
This is when I look at Gerard and say, kids are kids. They don't want food. They want to play.
Oh, this is like very, very nice, but we are able to, at least recently, we were able to scrounge up something. I guess we had to adapt pretty quickly to survive. And you kind of think about this, and none of you seen them actually hunt
Uh-oh.
like a big prey.
This
Are
is
there
when
still
we need
5
to
of them?
Yes, there are 5 of them.
Okay.
And wow, that was dark fucking idea.
I mean, look, fair. But also, this is
Listen.
when we should do the toddler check, also known as we just need to see what they ate.
I would ask them what they ate. Like, where did you find it? What did you scrounge up?
Uh, uh, some plants, some shrooms, a rabbit. I think no, wait.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fuck, I'm trying to
Big
like
insight
think.
check
I'm
on
trying to
that.
because of my fucking brain. I'm trying to like think of. I was like, oh, a rabbit, and then I was like, wait, fucking idiot. The rabbits don't live in a savanna.
Squirrel.
Oh, and a scorpion or two. Not the big kind. The smaller ones. The chitin was pretty thick, but we were able to like peel it off and burn it. Not like burn, but like cook over fire.
I'm gonna give them 5 rations.
Eat normal
So Gerard,
food.
please take all 5 rations, and I'm gonna say, don't be afraid to ask us for food. These are for when you next get hungry.
Oh, okay. This will get used to it.
She'll nod and sort of smile like kindly, trying to be like, it's okay.
Yeah, and
It's
with
okay.
that insight, like when they're like used to it, it's like yeah, they probably like already had to survive for at least couple of days, just like
Mhm.
basically living off the dredges, scraps and bits.
Mhm.
And with that, we also like getting a feeling that, as I mentioned like before, that they are pretty good at like. Well, apart from that one time you found them and Ashen Knights almost killed them, but generally speaking, since they joined, they don't seem to be causing trouble when it comes to like, making noise. They are at times you are sometimes forgetting you are with them if you like focus on something else or dealing with enemy. They're just there, like a background element. And with that hunting, like getting food on their own, it's kind of similar.
Mhm.
Which means
Very
that it's probably
sneaky.
another case of they are not malevolent themselves, but because the world is fucky, they are fucky as well.
Mhm. They're not monks. They're actually rogue children.
And this is
All
why I'm the
sneaky.
best suited to deal with them. Looks at you.
I don't trust you.
I'm the sneaky.
You'll teach them to steal things from people that care about them.
They already know how to do that.
Yeah, they know how to like survive. Okay, you're going to teach them how to actually like thief.
That's it. I'm sleight of handing and I'm taking your staff.
Listen here. I'm gonna roll fucking perception.
Do it.
Listen here, you little
Shit.
bitch.
It's mine.
Shit.
Just twirling the staff as you're talking to me, and eventually you realize what's going on.
I'm gonna fucking punch you.
And with Russians done, long rest done, there is one more thing that we have to do. Everyone, and this time I mean everyone, give me a Constitution saving throw. Let's see how your disease progresses.
Yay.
No, enemy's dead.
Let me roll for Beatrix. 17.
I feel like Beatrix would have a higher con bonus.
No. You're a ranger.
Okay. Most of your arrest for most of you was all right. You've gotten used to it. It's actually not that bad compared to some of the earlier days. But Hanami, you don't recall the details. I'm just gonna preface it by saying, yes, it is a non-magical virus, disease. I just have an idea, and basically, the disease is mundane. It's deadly, but it's mundane. But it's an enabler for something else as well. At Hanami, when you wake up, you don't remember the details, but for the most of your rest, you are trashing a little bit as Hanami in most of this like jagged, not twisted, but like jagged splitting dreams is running. There's no broom. Hanami is just like running through deep underground corridors. The stench of decay and fungi hitting their nostrils. And they can only hear indescriptive, non-descriptive chanting of hundreds of thousands of voices. Just not specific words, mostly. And when Hanami wakes up, it's, well, with a equivalent of a cold sweat for a creature like this. And if someone were to peer at Hanami closer, they would notice that Hanami's skin complexion, or the equivalent for this creature, is a little bit more paler. What that insight roll was for?
Misclick.
Okay.
Unless it would work as peering at Hanami.
No, that would be medicine check, not insight, if you are trying to determine the health condition.
And my feelings are unaffected technically, so
You're not, yeah, because you don't not really. There's like when you wake up, there's this like deep like sense of unease, coursing through your body, but you do not feel super different right now. Like you do not get above the board. You do not get any mechanical penalties, at least for now. But there's still that sense of unease and worry that can dissipate pretty quickly. But yeah, essentially, you still benefit from long rest, but your night rest was not calm.
Enemy is slightly suspicious, but that's about it. Beyond that, they're just like, hey, it must be the heat of the desert giant light from the north. There's a silver force. Just shrug it off.
Right. That you will be approaching Port of Godlift. Before I give like what you see immediately, what, if any, what hopes would the characters have arriving at the port? Like, what is there any expectations what they would see or what they would find in there?
Sanity, people who are within their right minds, no danger, and a bed.
I want to buy rations. And if they have rations, I want to buy magic items.
Those are my
I would
two
also like
things.
to look into purchasing a cart and a horse.
Like rations and then dropping off the kids and then deciding
Yeah,
when
an
we're finally
orphanage.
going. Yeah,
Oh my
like
God,
something.
an orphanage.
Something.
I would be
Please.
so upset if those kids disappeared. I'm just gonna be like, those are ours.
Or a very nice monastery where I can also put them.
A hole in the ground. No, just kidding.
Shut up.
No, that's what I said. I'm just kidding.
We can always leave them to a thieves guild.
Yeah. I was joking about Batmaning them. We are not giving the children
Yes.
knives.
Yeah, actually, also like traveled for quite longer. When it comes to like places of interest, you did pass the history check for Port of Gunleaf. If any one of you wants to retry the Arcana and Religion checks, you are free to do so.
Sure. Beatrice.
Because you
Right.
do have that history.
Okay. I'll. Is it Arcana or Religion?
You can do both if you have both.
They're a flat roll for me, bud.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
Are we rolling?
Yes, for
Yeah, Arcana or.
For Arcana, you're looking for DC 18. For Religion is DC 22.
Religion?
Yep. Oh, nice.
Yes, and Arcana is DC 18 because you can roll both. They provide two different bits of information.
I just like, you all look at me. Literal Catholic saint, just.
Kana.
Gerard, do you have Arcana?
I can roll an Arcana. Oh yeah, you want me to?
Yes, you can roll
But
both.
it's an 18. See, there we go.
I mean,
What the fuck?
compared
You
to
rolled
the previous
3.
session, like Gerard's rolls this session are like hot.
What the fuck?
Alright.
3 nat 20s.
Alright, so if you look at places of interest handout, I fucking got it still. Okay, Port of Goldenleaf, and then you will see that apart from history bit, you have now Arcana and Religion bits known. And basically, fluff-wise, to explain how you know, how only now it came up, it can be just a case of like, oh, you just remembered, you heard it before. Maybe it came up sometime during the travels. After all, you are traveling for over 2 weeks now. Or maybe some of it because like Arcana check, if successful, that you probably heard it before. It makes sense for Gerard to pass it because of his background. And maybe despite his wishes otherwise, he maybe remembered one of the lessons he was taught during his young Scion days.
Yes, I agree.
Part of me knows that it is very unlikely
That the Pale Lady is actually the Pale Lady the Demon. But if they are, that would be hot as hell. I'd be so excited. But it probably isn't.
It's that glee.
I never see anybody use Oberynth's.
Guys, I'm literally
Yes.
a master of deciphering towns.
Good job, dude.
Cool.
Can you be a master of
Getting us
Not
to
opening
that
doors.
map.
yeah.
Not opening doors, I agree. I can become a master of that. Gerard will no longer open doors.
Oh hell yeah. It's like Venice almost. Oh, nice.
And of course, the ambient is like more lively. Because the reason why I said, and also obviously you've seen on the handout that there are still more like checks available, but they are for like when you actually get into the city and like have time to investigate.
Mhm.
While you approach the town, and from a distance, in its prime, it was truly a splendorous city full of gold, riches, a place full of pleasure, pleasure, money, wealth, status. You expect to see the even from the first outer walls to see legions of mercenaries, of constructs, of that money being put to use by placing the most impressive defenses you would have ever seen. But in hindsight, the state of the abandoned crossing should give you a hint of what might be happening, because the crossing was the gateway towards the port itself. If that place was as damaged and abandoned as it was, then perhaps you wouldn't be hoping so much for the town itself. There are still some signs of life, of course. There are like essentially there's like outer districts and inner districts. But obviously you do not see the whole picture situation as you are arriving. But what you see initially doesn't fill your hearts with confidence. As you assume the boats are not in the inner district.
Ah, that works with that. Well, never mind.
Yeah, again, you are not seeing the full picture. I'm just like describing what your characters would see in this situation. So what you see, instead of like again armies and well-manned defenses, you see remnants of a shanty town, of like the big conglomeration of tents, most of them broken, some of them burned. Some people still squatting with hopeless desolation in their eyes, as they just exist, awaiting death. There are signs of recent struggles, some riots, hangings, executions, dried up blood on the pavement. And you see that the portcullis, the gate itself, is wide open. And the very most outside walls, they are not manned. And even without getting too deep into the outer districts of the port of Golden Leaf, you can clearly see you do not know what the situation will be in the inner districts, but here you can already see, just from a brief glance, that the situation descended into, well, maybe not full-blown anarchy, but there's a sense of lawlessness and survival of the fittest. If you see any like humanoids around, most of them look like freaking like someone that would like shank you in an alleyway, giving you bad glares, but no one daring to approach, seeing that you are pretty well armed group of adventurers. And yes, as you step into the not abandoned, but lawlessness, descending into anarchy, outer districts of Port of Golden Leaf. That's where we're gonna call this session for today.
Ooh.
It's not fully fact, but yeah, you will have to like gather some more information, investigate if you want to accomplish some of your objectives. Not to mention, you still, yeah, you would have to like, you do not see like the full situation just yet. Because there's the whole
Please
bit
have
of,
one loaf of bread. Just one. That's all I ask.
because there's like this whole bit about the inner districts. And probably when you learn more about the inner districts, you will realize why I said that Bioshock was one of my inspirations for this.
Oh, no.
Is this the
Well,
part where we bust out the why slay dragons when we can go fishing content? Jesus, fish! We're near giant ocean.
just fish.
What if we
Just
just push
fish.
Hanami into the ocean?
That's rude, first of all. Second of all, fishing is profitable. Especially when
Well,
people
he
are
could
starving.
fish. We could go deep sea diving.
Yeah,
Thirdly,
good luck with that with the sea monsters, dude. Umbro Tides was one of our world-ending
Oh, yeah.
apocalypses.
Yeah.
There are sea monsters.
I remember
Cities.
we were planning to go around it or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say, I already have a picture for an NPC. If you do decide to go the boat, sea travel option, because there's only one choice in my head for the
Luffy.
picture.
No, I would sooner assume Mr. Krabs.
No,
No, okay.
We're gonna get fucking Davy Jones. Ship of
Yeah.
close when it comes to franchise.
Yeah, I figured it was one of them.
Oh my god.
Fucking Jack Sparrow looking ass.
I mean,
But
Does that mean he
again,
gets to be like, is he always drunk?
that even depends if you'll be looking for a way to travel through the
no.
sea, or if you like. Again, really depends on what you want to do
I'm-
in the town, or if you do anything at all, because the situation is interesting and you'll definitely have like skills to use to find out more about what's going on. But yeah, the initial impression for your character is like, oh, this is not good.
Entering Old Yarnum.
So you drop off the kids, find some food, get out. It's not so bad. I think.
What do you mean find food? I think you mean
Alright, stealing
Okay.
is finding.
stealing
finding.
food.
What the fuck is with your rolls today? I mean,
rolls a lot.
honestly, I shouldn't be saying that. Because I should be saying like, okay, Foundry is giving you a break after the last week.
Next week it'll go back to
I
normal.
produced a whole 4-course meal.
Okay.
Rats.
I can't promise I'll be feeling better or more rested next week, but we'll see.
I hope you'll feel better.
What the crap?
Just feel better in general.
I kinda hope we might be having like a maybe not a full party. I'm not asking for miracles, but maybe for players.
More.
It does feel like a miracle with most D&D groups.
Yeah.
A little bit. It depends on
Anyways,
length, man.
I gotta bounce because I'm just like, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right.
All right, bye.
We disband.
Bye.
Goodbye.